Here are 5 big reasons why I don't promote my music on Spotify playlists and how this is actually helping me get more listeners, streams, and fans for my music. Hey, it's John here. I run one of the largest music promotion platforms in the world called Hyped, which I've used to grow my music to over 10 million streams on Spotify alone. But more importantly, I have had the opportunity to help tens of thousands of music artists reach hundreds of millions of streams collectively for their music on Spotify. And so in this video, I want to share 5 big and really important reasons why I don't use playlist promotion to market my own music on Spotify, and how this is actually helping me get more listeners, more fans, and more streams for my music. So let's dive in. Reason number 1, bots, okay? Playlist promotion has become such a competitive market where a lot of newcomer artists might just be looking for the biggest playlist, that playlist curators are incentivized to boost their numbers with bots and fake traffic. This has become such a big problem that lots of industry insiders now believe that a majority of commercialized playlists out there are using bots to inflate their numbers. At the end of the day, I want real listeners, of course, but equally important, I don't want to run the risk of having my music be taken down because of bots, and this is the first reason why I don't use playlist promotion. Reason number 2, playlist listeners are typically passive listeners. Most people listen to playlists while they're doing something else. Maybe they're working out, driving a car, they're at work, at a dinner party, whatever it is. They selected a playlist to create a specific mood, but they're not there to check out every individual song or even pay much attention to the artists on the playlists. And so while being on one of those playlists can get you listeners and streams, most of those listeners are not gonna pay attention to you as an artist or your song and become diehard fans. They are passive listeners, and that's just not a good way to build a fan base. Which is why this is the second reason why I don't like playlist promotion, and why, which is reason number 3, results usually drop right back to 0 once you're off a playlist. When you get included on a playlist, usually you see listeners and streams come in while you are on the playlist. You're in the rotation of streams that appear on the playlist. But the moment you get taken off, results usually drop right back to 0 because these listeners, they didn't engage with the artist or the song beyond the playlist, and so they just go away. That's not something I want for my music. I want to stack results on top of each other so that I'm getting more and more listeners, more and more streams over time as I'm building up a real fan base, which is the third reason why I don't like playlist promotion for my own music. Which brings me to reason number 4, gatekeepers. In order to get on a playlist, you need to pass the approval of the playlist curator, which means that you want to start a promotion for a song right now. You might be able to submit it to a playlister, but for them to receive it and check it out and then approve your song, days can go by. And so when it comes to promoting my own music, I don't want my promotion to be subject to some other gatekeeper. I want to be able to launch my promotion whenever I want. I want it to run as long as I want without asking for anyone's approval. Playlists can't do this, and that's the 4th reason why I don't like playlist promotion for my music. And that brings me to reason number 5. With playlist promotion, I'm not building a promotional asset for my future music. And let me explain what I mean by this. If an artist pays a playlist curator to get their music included on a playlist, leaving aside that this is against Spotify terms and all the other risks that I mentioned, the playlist curator gets paid to continuously grow the playlist, and with that, they're creating ever more value for themselves. That is a very smart process, and I really appreciate the value of a big playlist. But this is a value that I want to capture for myself. So instead of giving my money to a playlister to grow their playlist, I want to take that money and invest it in my own playlist, which is something that right now I'm primarily doing with my This Is John Gold playlist. That's my biggest playlist on Spotify. It only has my songs on it. It's not a playlist Spotify made for me. You can see here that it has my name and my avatar on it. So this is a playlist that I created for myself. I just called it This Is John Gold because obviously that's a very popular and established format on Spotify. And so by building this playlist, which now has almost 60,000 likes and followers on it, I'm building a promotion asset for myself that I can use for all future releases. So if I drop a new song and I don't want to run any promotion of this song and still get in front of thousands of listeners, all I have to do is added to my playlist, because that playlist is already getting constant traffic from repeat listeners who come back over and over again. It's a real promotional asset that I have built for myself and that has some real longevity. I can use it over and over again, release after release. And because you can't do this if you pay somebody else for their playlist, it's the fifth reason why I'd rather promote my music on my own playlist than on someone else's. Now, the last question might be, John, how do you grow your own playlist? So how do you promote your music at the end of the day? And the answer to this is, I love Instagram and Facebook ads to bring diehard fans of my genre and of my sound over to my music and to my playlist on Spotify. In order to do this, I use a little piece of software called Hyped, which allows me to launch and then automatically run full promo campaigns on Instagram and Facebook literally in just minutes. I love it because it gets me real listeners. They stick around, they come back to my music over and over again. I don't have to ask anybody for approval. I can launch one of these campaigns whenever I want. And it helps me grow a promotion asset that I can use for all my future music. And because I'm able to put my focus and my budget into these highly effective music ads that I run through Hyped, I'm able to get more listeners, more streams, and more fans, and especially more algorithmic support from Spotify for my music. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell icon below so you can get more videos like this on YouTube about how to get more listeners, streams, and fans for your music on Spotify. And if you'd love to discover how I've taken my music from zero to now millions of streams using just 2 simple tools, then check out this next clip right here. Want to get your music heard on Spotify with AI? I just launched a brand new video training program called the Spotify Growth Switch, where I show you how to start growing real listeners, real fans, and real streams on Spotify in less than 10 minutes using software and AI. I've used the Spotify Growth Switch system to now grow my music to over 7 million streams and tens of thousands of monthly listeners on Spotify. This works for any music genre. It gets you real fans and listeners super fast, and it's extremely easy to set up, literally just like flipping a spotlight switch for your music. Despite using AI, you don't need to know nothing about tech stuff in order to be successful with this. I've had the tremendous privilege of helping multiple tens of thousands of music artists grow their music on Spotify, many of which have grown to much larger numbers, lots more listeners, lots more streams than I have using the systems that I've taught. Makes me so proud of their success. And so if you want to get more real listeners, real fans, and real streams for your music fast using state-of-the-art software and AI, then click the link below this video and check out the Spotify Growth Switch. I can't wait to help you grow your music on Spotify, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside.